Hi guys, this is my first upload as Danger Ross. Just gonna be talking to you about a really scary thing about a movie that I've just watched recently called A Bug's Life. So, I was watching this movie and I was reading about some things on the internet afterwards, and I found out that there's a very dark and spooky thing behind this movie, and it's about the 7 deadly sins. Yes, the 7 deadly sins. One sin is representative of each character in A Bug's Life. Yep, you heard it here first, folks. The 7 deadly sins. So, for those of you who don't know what the 7 deadly sins are, they are 7 sins that the Catholics and the Christians believed to be the most deadly of all the sins. I don't know how many sins. I think there's probably like 100 sins, but out of the 100 of sins, these are the 7 most dangerous sins. So the first sin is lust. And lust is just when you want something really badly. Then there's gluttony, which is being fat. Greed, which is when you want to take people's money. Sloth, which is being really lazy. Wrath, which is when you get very angry. Envy is when you want something that someone else has. And pride. And pride is when you are pride. So, which sins does each bug represent? I bet you're asking. Well, it's quite simple. I'm going to go through each sin and which bug they represent. So, for the first sin, lust. And that's Atta. Now, Atta represents lust because she's the sexy, beautiful princess of the clan of ants. And, of course, lust is generally associated with muses or sexy women. So that's why Atta is lust. Now, gluttony is, I think, if anything, the obvious character which represents gluttony by no stretch of the imagination goes to none other than Himmlick, the caterpillar. And that's just because he eats all the time. He's fat. He's a huge fat caterpillar. Greed, that's obvious. P.T. Flea, the ringmaster of the circus. He's unwillingly given refunds after his show, even though it lasts 2 minutes. He just steals money. He's very evil, really, when you think about it. So he's greed. Sloth. Yes, sloth. I guess you could say that gypsy represents sloth, because throughout history, well, not only a name, but gypsy means people that are lazy, steal your money. They're just bad people, you know. And she is kind-hearted, but she is a sloth, I'm afraid. Wrath. Yes, wrath. Now we all know who Wrath quite likely is. The drag queen, Ladybird, himself, Francis. Francis is a transvestite lady beetle with a man's voice, but is actually a lady. She gets angry when she doesn't get his way, and often can cause lots. She's very short-tempered, and aggressive. So she's wrath. Envy. Now that's an obvious one. I'm going to let you guys guess. Envy. Yep. You guessed it right. It's him. He is a angry grasshopper that wants to eat the clan of ants. Thankfully, the bird eats him, but he's still envy. Now, Pride. Now, Dot is Pride. Actually, Flick and Dot are both Pride. I think Dot is Pride because she's a little bit arrogant, being a little pink ant that can fly, unlike Flick. Unfortunately, Flick can't fly, but Flick is still proud, I guess you could say. Yeah, so this is what they don't want you to know. Pixar made this movie with the intent of brainwashing the youth of today with these evil, spooky ideas of the 7 deadly sins, and they've used each character in this to represent one of the sins. And thankfully, I was able to crack down on this Pixar reptilian conspiracy before anyone else could, break through. I hope no one else watches this movie. I'd like to start a new hashtag. Hashtag stopwatchingbugslife. I'm going to say it again. Hashtag stopwatchingbugslife. Alright, I think we'll wrap it up there. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.